Well, good morning, everyone, from Independence Rock. It's 5:45 a.m. Sun is just going to come up over the rock there. Wanted to give you a look at the view. This is my view this morning. I'm up early because I want to go ahead and take you around that rock. I want to show you the history here before we move on. But aside from the road noise, and this is a rest stop, there is road noise, this is the perfect overnight. Hard to believe this is a rest stop. All right, guys, I'm going to have some coffee and a little bit of yogurt, and then we're going to take a walk. There's a little bit of mist coming off the Sweetwater River there in the distance. I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up. Just a beautiful morning. Okay, everyone, I've had my coffee and my breakfast. It's 7:15 in the morning. The sun has come up over Independence Rock. And so let's go take a look at that rock like I promised, and I'll show you some of the historical things around it. Let's talk about this Sweetwater River real quick before we get going. All right, so we've got a storyboard here talking about the Sweetwater River Valley. Just to give you a little history on this river, it's called the Sweetwater River because in the 1800s, French trappers in the area called it sugar water, and then immigrants also noted how sweet the water tasted, so they called it the Sweetwater River. And here's some history: the immigrants, what they had to go through, things they used for landmarks to follow this Oregon Trail, California Trail, Mormon Trail. All of them converged here at Independence Rock. All right, so we're going to head this way. Here's the bridge I was on last night. Luckily, the weather's cleared. And, here's again another view of this valley. It's just beautiful. It's really kind of amazing. We take everything for granted, that we've got these days. We've kind of become soft. I think of these settlers that were crossing the plains, coming from the Missouri River to this point here, was 1,000 miles of basically walking. They had a covered wagon, they had oxen, they had horses, but they weren't moving along. Put yourselves in that situation today. How many people could actually make a trip like that? I don't know. I don't think it would work out too well. We've lost those skills and that strength. All right, more... They talk about how this was a natural travel corridor leading to a pass over the Continental Divide, blah, blah, blah. You guys can freeze frame that and read it if you'd like to. Better yet, come to Wyoming. It would be fun again. I need that time machine. Anybody out there with a time machine, reach out to me. Because I'd love to come to this spot, even 100 years ago. We don't have to go back to the early 1800s. Let's just go back 100 years. I think it'd be fascinating. Naming a landmark. William Sublette named this landmark, Independence Rock, during an Independence Day celebration on July 4th, 1830. Okay, let's go back to 1830. I'd love to see what was going on. I think this is a rest stop that surprises a lot of people. They stop just because they need to hit the facilities, maybe, take a rest from driving, and they see, oh, look at this. And they hop out of their cars and they pile all back here. Here's a storyboard talking about the last 150 years. People who were kind of famous in the area over history. Cattle Kate. Never heard of Cattle Kate, huh? From 1861 to 1889. And this talks about what I want to show you, that the settlers carved their names and the date into the stones. You'll see this here lower picture that shows modern day people. We can climb up on that rock. I may do that. We'll see. This is telling us that everything in here is protected by law, so keep your fingers off it. It's too bad they have to actually put that in print. And this site is under surveillance, it says. like there's anywhere on earth it's not now. Oops. All right, so I'm standing on what is obviously the old highway, the old road. Look at this, the surface is here's the yellow line down the middle. Wow, if we could go back, 100 years, we could check this out. So this leads to that bridge, the old bridge over the river. I might hike out there. We'll see. First, I want to show you this rock because that wasn't on the agenda, but I'm curious about it. Now, we could follow this road around that way. Oh, here's a storyboard. I love that they put these benches in for people, too. Look at how clean and nice these are. Wyoming State Parks. I don't even think there's a state income tax here in Wyoming. They sure do a lot with a little. I see all the waste going on in the big states. Okay, 500,000 immigrants passed Independence Rock between 1843 and 1869. Think of that. Yeah, those talk about boondocking, huh? How long did it take these guys to go 2,000 miles? It had to take like a year. And of course they would have, you know, all the way they're looking for food, they're looking for water. Shelter is their covered wagon or whatever they can come up with on the trail. So we've got this, you know, nomadic lifestyle. We've got solar panels and power stations and all this stuff. These guys didn't have anything, and they made it. So this is this giant granite rock. Look at this thing, the surface of this. Very interesting. I mean, really, you could just run right up the rock right here. Well, if you were young, you could. I'm going to head this way and stay on the trail. This claims that in 1852 alone, 50,000 pioneers passed this way. See, people don't know about this. They're probably not, they might teach this in school here in Wyoming, but I'd never heard of Independence Rock. But I believe around the corner here we've got some more things that are interesting and historical to look at. You'll notice this fence section. It's too bad they have to put barbed wire on the top, but I guess people just can't, they see a fence, they want to know what's on the other side, right? What's over there? But I've got benches up ahead, so that's probably a spot where we can find something significant here. So we've got, again, yeah, there's a grave here. Again, they have to give us a sign telling us we're all going to go to prison if we mess with this. They shouldn't have to say that. Oregon Trail marked by the state of Wyoming in 1914. Okay, I don't care about that so much as the plaques into the rock. What do we got going on? They're too far away for me to see, unfortunately, because they have to put this fence up to keep you from messing with it. But there's lots of names carved in there. Let's look. I see this tablet was placed in 1920. Okay, that's nice. Those aren't the settlers, though. I don't know what these are about. I can't read them. That's discouraging. I'm sure they're important and interesting. They went ahead and put them right into the rock. All right, not as much as I thought. I thought we were going to find like a cemetery situation here. I've been misled. I don't really think those might be honoring people, but there's no vault in the side of the mountain there. Okay, I've come to the end of the fencing here on this end, on the east end. I think, you know, now that I look at that, there's a whole lot of tall grass. See this tall grass on this side of the fence is the same as on that. I think that there are things that we could see if it wasn't for the tall grass. Because why did they fence all this in here like this? Why is, so I think there are graves in there. I think people are there, but we can't see them because of all that tall grass. That's just an assumption, but I doubt they're protecting the tall grass. And those few plaques in that one spot don't call for a fence that extensive, right? Yeah, we'll go with that. If you guys have any information on that, if you're experts on Independence Rock, go ahead and let me know in the comments. That way you let everybody that's watching know at the same time. We're walking around this thing. I'll keep walking, and I don't want to bore you guys to tears. Oh, look, a rabbit. A bunny. Hi, bunny. What are you doing? I wonder why he's not running. Usually when people are close, they're gone. Look at he's right there. Hi. Mr. Bunny. Can you guys see my bunny? Zooming in. Can't see the screen because of the glare of the sun in my face. But there's a bunny on the trail. Hi, Mr. Bunny. There he goes. He's going to climb the mountain. Pretty healthy looking bunny. All right. Let's back that back off. And keep walking. Now I like this. See this slope here? What do you guys think? Should I think about going up? Should we go up Independence Rock? There's supposed to be names carved all over the rock, but I don't know if the settlers spread them out all over the rock or if they had a favorite spot. But this looks kind of doable, at least going part way up. Let's try it. I'm going to turn this, well, we'll see how this goes, right? Might need both hands. I've got my good Merrell hiking boots on. They really grab well. Not to go off topic. Have proper footwear if you're going to be out here. I see all kinds of content creators. They're hiking and they're climbing and they're wearing like sandals. The ones wearing heavy-duty footwear will wear Crocs or something. I'm sorry, guys, but I just think that's kind of dangerous because if you injure your foot, you're done. Ooh, I just got bit by a mosquito. It's funny, I didn't see any mosquitoes at all night. But out here on the rock, I get bit. All right. I'm easily winded. Keep in mind, I just came off 5 weeks of being flat on my back. Well, look at this. Here's a guy. 1875. Think of that. So that's 150 years ago, give or take. What I'm not seeing, which is really nice, is a whole bunch of people from modern times carving their names and trying to be funny or join the party. Now that I'm getting closer to the top, it's getting a little steeper. I'm going to stop here for a second, guys. I'll be back. Let me get this jacket off. I'm getting too hot. Okay, we're making progress. Didn't know you were in for this. I didn't know I was in for this. Spur of the moment ideas. This is good for me because I've turned into a real donut. Yeah, I gained 8 pounds in 5 weeks. There's a little side effect. Give me a second. It's beautiful up here. I think we're lucky there's no wind, but that could change at any moment. So I want to get up here. It was so windy. Yesterday, this wouldn't have been an option. I mean, if it's windy down in the parking lot, think of what you got up here. Boy, you always think you're almost there. Then when you get to what you think is the top, there's more. But wait, there's more. So I know there's probably thousands of names carved in this mountain somewhere. I don't know if I'll find them. It'd be fun to see more than one example. Oh my. I can see the other side. Sorry, those are sounds of joy. Now, somebody just carved J-O-N into the rocks, John. You know that's not prehistoric. I can tell by looking at it, it's real fresh. So we had one moron named John. Now, this is the thing I don't like. Maybe I'm overly sensitive about it. 1977, Gary Cornwell. Hey, Gary, we don't care. Here's 1984. Yeah, that's a very good year. But here's some old ones here. There's Brad Eric Caldwell, 1978. Again, you guys are mucking it all up by mixing your recent carvings in with the ancient ones. There's 1862, J.L. Holland. But there's way too much new stuff up here. This is very discouraging. I didn't expect this. All these idiots. Yeah, there's way more new stuff than old stuff up here. That's discouraging. That's unfortunate. Let's see here. I've got this. I'd like to jump across. Well, I don't have to be at the very top, right? Here we are. Here we are on the top. I mean, That right there is a little bit higher than I am right now, and there's nothing but names over there. I'd like to jump across this little ravine here, but I don't want to take any risks just to see some names. I can see from here. It's kind of like looking at petroglyphs. You don't want to touch them. So suffice it to say, I think I found where the majority of the names are, even if a lot of them are recent history idiots that come up here and are really defacing history by putting their name in now. They're not settlers. They didn't come across in covered wagons. This is not their spot. Sorry, my rant. I'll be done. There's the rest area down there. And there's, I don't know if you can see it, the Red Dragon, the shoebox, the comfortable night's sleep. And my two neighbors are still there, and a truck camper joined us. So we had a truck camper. He came in sometime. I went to bed before it even got dark. But now you can see the Sweetwater River, how it flows through here. And we can see that old bridge. So the old highway was over there. Very cool. All right, guys, thanks for coming on a hike with me. Let's see here. I don't want the sun to be in your face again. So we'll do this. It's in my face, all right? Woo! All right. Yeah, thanks for coming on this hike with me. Look at this. Sweetwater River. Just beautiful. Yeah, it would have been fun, I bet, for the settlers to take a break from the toiling of trying to cross the plains here and just sit up here, take in the view, maybe have a snack of the day, whatever that would be. Nothing they picked up at the local grocery store, that's for sure. Now, down below, I see a bench down there, and if there's a bench, there's probably something to be seen. I'm gonna have to go there. What's my time looking like? I haven't even been gone from the truck for an hour, so I'm okay. Got to hit the road, but I'm only 5 hours away from my final destination. So, yeah, I'm just going to take in this view. You guys can take in the view with me. Greetings, everyone, from Independence Rock, Wyoming. It's beautiful. All right, everyone. There's our look at the valley from Independence Rock. I'm going to make my way down. Because we've got to move on. I've got stuff to do before we can hit the road. I hope you enjoyed this view from the top of the mountain here, Independence Rock, and the little bit of history I gave you. Definitely worth a stop, and it's beautiful. Right now, wish I didn't have to leave. Think of that, wanting to stay at a rest stop. Never before. All right, I've got to use everything I've got going down. Going down is harder than going up, so I'll see you back at the truck unless I encounter something super interesting. Then I'll bring you back along. This pretty much backs up my theory on the other side with the fencing, because let's look. The sun is in a bad angle, so we can't even see what I'm talking about here. Let me get close right here. Let me get into the shadows. There we go. So here's what we've got. There's a little gate on the front, and you can see the ironwork here. Rusty ironwork. So we've got to have a little miniature cemetery in here. God, sorry, I had to kill another 1,000 mosquitoes. I am going to be out of blood by the time I get back to my truck. I need to eat more garlic. This is terrible. Okay, so anyway, I think we've got a little cemetery situation here. Can't see anything because of all the growth. No complaints. It's good to have rain. Let's keep walking. And look at this. We got here just in time, because now there's, what do we got, 50 people? Tourists. Where did they all come from? Is there a bus that stopped here? Must have been. All right, these guys are all dressed up in pioneer gear. I'm going to discreetly film this and shut my mouth. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, get ready. Mosquitoes ahead.
Oh.
Mosquito warning. You guys look fabulous. You just got out of the covered wagon, right?
Yeah.
Ah, I love it. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. You guys have a clown car, right? You were all in one car?
Yes.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, it is.
Yes, sir.
Morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. It's good to see you guys. You're looking good.
Destroying the land.
Nope, winding on.
It's probably gonna get maybe a little, yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wow, that was a crowd, huh? Good morning.
Hello.
Well, that was a fun group, huh? I was dying to ask them questions, but no need. That was fun. Maybe I just went through a time warp and we're back in the 1800s, and those were some of the settlers, right? There's a wagon train here. Let's take a look over here. School buses, 2 of them. That answers that question. I like the American flag backlit like that. Beautiful. Okay, guys, I'm going to go do what I said I was going to do, and we got to get down the road. And that'll conclude our little visit, right? Independence Rock. So that was a good hour-and-a-half jaunt that you went on with me. I'll try to condense that down to a 2-hour video. This is still the end of day 4, episode 4. We haven't started day 5 yet, even though technically it's day 5. All right, well, thanks for joining me. I hope you stayed with me all the way to the end, because that was pretty fun. Oh, there's people all over the top of that rock already. Well, look, they're going straight up the face here. Let me interrupt my goodbye here real quick. I don't know if you can see it. We'll zoom in. That degrades the image, so I don't know. But they're just walking right up the face right there. I went around to the other side. There's probably lots of names right there, because a lot of people seem to go right up the face. That's a lot of folks. I wonder if anybody ever falls off. Okay, I hope not. Oops. Wow. That's a scary face. There we go. All right, guys. Thanks for staying with me. Mosquitoes everywhere. I've got to go take some garlic. If you consume a lot of garlic, they don't like your blood. Thanks for staying with me till the end. And get outside, get your vitamin D, get some exercise, go climb a mountain if you get a chance. And I'll talk to you guys on the next episode of My Shoebox Adventures. God bless you guys. Bye-bye now.